Hey everyone, it's Syerra. So today I'm showing you guys helpful tips and coping mechanisms to stop hair pulling. Yes, so today I'm going to show you guys, just tips and helpful ways to stop hair pulling. As you guys know, if you've watched my videos, I do a lot of videos about my trichotillomania and my hair pulling. It's a neurological disorder that I've had my whole life, and it's only gone really bad when COVID first hit. And then I went through stages where it went really good, and then went back to really bad and then really good. And the times where I got really good, that's why I'm here making a video to share tips that have worked for me to try not to pull my hair, and tips that haven't really. So yeah, let's get started. Also, quick announcement before this video. This is the last time you're gonna see me like this, because I've mentioned in other videos I probably wouldn't do it. Some people are like, girl, why don't you just shave your head now? You're practically bald. I'm like, no. But honestly, I've had enough. I just want a fresh start, so I'm going bald. I'm shaving my head in like 4 days. So this is the last video I'm filming with my hair. There'll be times where I do wear wigs, but for the most part, I'll be bald. So I just want a fresh start. And it's not something I'm gonna want to do in like 5 years from now, so I'm doing it now while I'm still impulsive and, you know, a teen. So before I shave it all off, I'm gonna just give tips for people who don't want to shave their head and want to try let it fully grow out. I know it's not everyone wants to shave their head. It took me a lot of time to think about doing it, but people who don't want to shave their head, I'm here to give tips. So let's get started. Also, I will be donating my hair. Like, me and my family were gonna cut my hair. We're gonna donate it because I do have, like, still really long. All right, so first tip to try to prevent the hair pulling or try to prevent like the urges of pulling, I recommend wearing bandanas. For me, bandanas has worked the best for not like trying to pull out my hair. Right now I'm wearing one. I have a few different bandanas in like different colors and different styles, and for a long time they did work, and they're still working. But I was still pulling out like on the edges right here, but in the most part bandanas worked wonders. I also have another separate bandana that I sleep with because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I have urges to pull. Throughout the whole day, I make sure like my head is covered, like either with a bandana or a hat or a headband. You know, I always make sure my head was covered by something that was still like tight enough so I wouldn't have any urges to pull, and it has helped a lot. So I really recommend bandanas. You can grab a pack from Amazon, dollar stores sell some, Walmart has a ton. I mean, they're really easy to find. Second thing I recommend is hair oil and hair treatments. I've come across a lot of products like for hair oils and hair sprays and stuff that helps scalp hair grow back faster and stronger. And I feel like they have worked when I use them consistently, but it is something that will take time. You know, you have to let it grow out. But there was a time where I did use a hair oil for every day for like a month, and I did see a lot of results, and I will continue to do that when I am bald, of course, because I want like a buzz cut. So I'm gonna put that in because it's a fresh start, so I still want to take care of my hair. So I will be using that hair oil a lot. There's also like different kinds of oil that can help stimulate hair growth. I know castor oil is a big one. Jamaican castor oil. Someone told me that and it was really good. I bought hair oil off Amazon. That's a 4-hour I do work. There's certain products that are good for like scalp spray that work really well. So I recommend doing that as well. Third tip I recommend is keeping your hands busy. I've read a lot of articles and watched a lot of videos about people who have trichotillomania like me, and they said that a lot of their anxiety and stress is in their hands. And I also feel that, like when I get really anxious or just down and I want to pull, I feel a lot of tension and stress in my hands, like I need to do something with them. And I'm always like, sometimes I sit on my phone and I'm like this, and then my hands will like go near my hair or back here and then start pulling. For me, the best thing has been like fidget toys, like a stress ball, coloring, like writing, journaling. Like writing and coloring has also helped me a lot. But also sometimes, like let's say I'm sitting down to watch a movie or a TV show, a lot of times what I do is I like sit on my hands. Like I put my hands like this under my butt and I sit on them so that I literally cannot grab the hair on my head. I try to keep my hands busy a lot, but in general, I also try to keep myself busy because my life is busy. I don't really have time to like think about pulling out my hair sometimes. So I do also recommend staying busy. I do have a part-time job where I work a lot of hours. So I'm really busy with that. On my days off, I go to the gym, I plan other things to do, you know, just keeping busy, and also try and keep your hands busy, and keeping your hands away from your head is gonna really help a lot. The next thing I recommend, this is fairly new, but I recommend it because it's helped a ton. Working out. I really recommend working out. Like, if you have such a busy life and have trouble squeezing it in, even just like half an hour. Like, if you're going to walk, that's considered working out. If you're going to run, if you go to the gym. Me personally, I signed up to go to a gym ever since February, and I've been working out pretty consistently, like 3-4 times a week. When I'm really busy, like 2-3 times a week sometimes, but I do go every week, and something I really like doing. I have fell in love with weightlifting. I really like weightlifting. It boosts a lot of confidence for me. It helps a lot with my mental health because I release all my anger out. And not to mention, this also helps just like with my body. Like, I feel like I'm a lot more better health. Like, I've gained some muscle on me. It is super good for physical health, but it's also really good for mental health. And giving me something else to focus on and really like dedicate something to was really ideal, because I was so focused on trying to let my hair grow out. And the more I would think about it, the more I would pull my hair. You know, I was driving myself crazy with don't pull your hair, that I just kind of ended up doing it in the end. So focusing on working out has really been good for me. Like, just figuring out every week when I have time to go to the gym, when I have time. Am I gonna do upper body? Am I gonna do back? Am I gonna do lower body today? Buying a lot of like cute workout clothes. Like, just focusing all my energy on like gym really has been really healthy for me, because I was focusing mainly on my hair. I was focusing on like something else. Like, that's my side hustle, you know? The next thing I recommend, I mentioned this previously, but I highly recommend do research and just watch a bunch of videos about trichotillomania. If you have trichotillomania like myself, or if you have something different like alopecia, or if you're just pulling out eyebrows and eyelashes, like, there are a ton of videos and a ton of creators who do talk about trichotillomania, and a lot of professional doctors and psychiatrists make videos about that, and it brings light to the topic, but also it helps you feel like you're not alone, because you see all these people that have struggled with trichotillomania and you're like, oh my god, like, I often feel alone in my trichotillomania because everyone in my life hasn't had it except my mom, but I'm not really close to my mom, so I feel like that almost doesn't count. Like, it does, but like, you know, no one my age or like any friends or anyone in my city, honestly, I know has trichotillomania. I'm sure there are some, I just don't know who they are, you know? Me watching a lot of videos and doing a lot of research has helped me come up with more like tips and ideas and more different things on how to stop the hair pulling, but it's also, it makes me feel good. Like, it makes me feel good I'm not the only one with this. That's why I do love making these videos, because it brings awareness and it brings light to this topic that not a lot of people know about, but it is starting to become more popular. More people are starting to know about what trichotillomania is, which is really awesome. And the last thing I recommend, this is probably the most important one. I should put this in the beginning of the video, but if you're watching now, you're a real one. You stay till the end. So all the other things I mentioned were short term. Like, these are all tips and coping mechanisms that will only help short term, not long term, you know? This one does help long term. Therapy. I recommend therapy so much. So the thing about therapy is that there are different kinds. There's therapy for anxiety, for depression, for hair pulling, for people who are struggling with like other forms of tics or anxiety driven habits, you know, like hair pulling, nail biting, skin picking, all these are things. So therapy is very specific if you choose. Like, I chose a therapist that specializes in behavioral tendencies and anxiety driven habits that are like trichotillomania, hair pulling, and stuff like that. She also does focus around anxiety and depression, which helps me a lot. But yeah, I recommend therapy so much, and I know it's not for everyone, and I do know that a lot of people financially can't afford it. There are so many different kinds of therapy now. There's in-person therapy, there's online therapy, there's apps for therapy where you can get matched to a psychiatrist within like 48 hours. There's so many different kinds that also have different price ranges. Like, I know the ones in person are more expensive, the ones online are a little less expensive, which is what I do, but also I just feel better being in my space talking to someone about it. Yeah, I've been to my therapist for I think coming on 3 years now, and we don't always talk about like my hair pulling or stuff like that. Some days we talk about like just other stuff, my family or personal stuff, or just my anxiety. It's not always about like my hair pulling or stuff like that, but we definitely do focus on that a lot. And there are some people, like I have a few friends where they know they need therapy for like different reasons, but they're too scared to go reach out for help. We're not too scared, but they're like, they want to go, but they don't want to get the diagnosis of you probably have depression or you probably have something else, you know? And in my case, I'm like, here's the thing, if you do have that, you will have it forever. And it's better if you treat it than if you just ignore it and pretend like it's not there. If you do that, it will get really, really bad at some points, and it will affect your mental health greatly and people around you. That's why I'm always out here recommending therapy. Like, even if you're embarrassed by your issue or you're scared, like, it's hard to trust someone, it's hard to like reach out for help and break out that shell. For me personally, my whole life it's been really, really easy, just because my whole family's always encouraged like it's okay to get help, you're not weak for doing that. Taking care of your mental health means you're a strong person. I just recommend it to everyone, like, again, even if you cannot afford therapy, please just talk to someone or make sure you're actively doing something, try to take care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself mentally, then things are gonna crash and fall and you're gonna be like, why are all these things happening? I'm even more depressed. And it's just because you're not taking time to put yourself first. Mental health, you have to put it first. And for me, it goes up and down a lot. Like, some days I wake up and I'm feeling good. Like today I woke up, felt good, you know, it's good. And some days I wake up and I'm just like, I'm like mad or sad or just feeling down for no reason. But I don't just do therapy on the bad days. I do therapy on the good days too, to maintain my mental health. And doing years and years and years of that, my mental health has definitely gone a lot better. It's never gonna fully be great or good, and it's never gonna be fully bad. I'm always in this like happy middle where I'm trying to find balance, you know? And yeah, there are times where I do like get really upset and fall to the depression scale, and there are days where something really good happens and I'm super good and don't need any therapy for like a month. And that's fine. I book my sessions when I feel like I need one, you know? I just book an upcoming one because I just need it, you know? But yeah, all to say, I know I ranted a bit about therapy, but I just recommend therapy for everyone. I feel like if you have a mental health struggle, talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a therapist. It can just be your parents or your friends. For a long time, I just talked to my parents about it and that was enough. But then I realized I needed more, so I need a therapist. But yeah, just talk to someone. You cannot keep it into yourself forever. You will burst and it's not going to be good, and you don't want to wait till it gets really, really, really bad where you can't really fix anymore. You always have to keep up with it, which is what sucks the most about it, but it's gonna be so worth it when you look back and you're like, oh my god, like 5 years ago I was so depressed and now I'm living a good life and I'm super happy. To recap everything, the best things that have worked for me for my hair pulling, well, to not try to pull my hair, have been bandanas and therapy. Those two things, it's a good mix, it's a good blend. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are all my tips and coping mechanisms I could think of and come up with right now. If you guys have any more, please leave that down below so that everyone can go check that out and we can all like help each other out, you know? As usual, if you guys want more trichotillomania related content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!